Everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Shape. This week, we're going to be talking about the Drake Herald and the progress we're making on this ship. We're going to start with a little bit of background information on Drake, the ship manufacturing company behind the Herald. Now, Drake is known for relatively cheap, affordable, well-armored vehicles. And this is because they're a favorite of pirates. In fact, a lot of their ships even happen to have pirate-sounding names, such as the Cutlass. The Herald itself is a small, well-armored intelligence ship, which is perfect for its function of transporting information. It has a powerful engine for data transfer and protection. So we have here some concepts and some work-in-progress images of the Drake Herald. Now, I know the question everyone's been asking is the ship symmetrical? And the answer is yes. We looked into making the ship asymmetrical and symmetrical and looked at some of the different designs, but ultimately decided to go in that direction. Some of the reasons we were at first considering making it asymmetrical are it would fit with the sort of piecemeal pirate-like Drake aesthetic, and it could really interestingly tie into some of the data centers in the ship itself. However, ultimately we decided to make it a symmetrical looking ship because it's better for flight and because it aesthetically still can fit the Drake look. As we're moving forward with the ship, the two main things that we are trying to do is streamline the Herald and also make sure that everything ties in with its functionality in our universe. Streamline-wise, we created a lot of protected compartments for things such as the landing gear, antenna, and other functional pieces, bits, and components that come along with the Drake Herald. Functionality-wise, we wanted to make sure we had enough room for the data modules, power plants, and other technology that a powerhouse intelligence ship like the Drake Herald needs. We also wanted to make sure that everything fit into the ship in a way that made sense, since it's a very narrow ship. One of the major challenges we faced on the Drake Herald as we continue work is the cockpit. As with the body of the ship, the cockpit is very narrow. On the bright side, it gives the ship a very Drake look, since there are other Drake ships that have similar cockpits. But on the flip side, we have to fit the seats, multiple workstations, and a living quarters into this ship. It's really hard to do that and make everything still comfortable looking. Finally, we've also got some work-in-progress images of the antenna that the Drake Herald is going to have. You'll see we have a concept here of what one configuration of the antenna might look like on this ship. A little more work in progress, we also have some alternate options for the layout of the antenna on the Drake Herald. You'll see we've got a bunch of them here. We've sort of roughed these out to see what each one might look like on the Drake Herald before we make a final choice about how the antenna are going to be configured. All right, that's it for this week. Thank you again for joining me on Shape. Back to you guys.